finesse the source. I master the course, and I'm still alive, man. Jesus walks. Yes, what's going on, people? Myself, man, like Rage, back with another episode for you lot. Hope you lot are good. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, man. Hit subscribe. You gotta be in it to win it. Support your boy. Let's go. Cool. So, in the past few weeks, we've all seen what's been going on with GINGAJ, man. We've all seen it. The viral video clips from Backchat London. They done a show with a panel of people, two sets of groups. There was the men's group on one side, and then there was the women sitting on the opposite side, and they had a topic to discuss, and they was getting into the topics. GINGAJ read out the question. The question was, if you predominantly date outside of your race, could that be seen as self-hate, was the question. Cool. GINGAJ made it clear that before he came on the show, he didn't want to talk about certain topics, him going to jail and his preference of women, rare tear, and all of these things I believe he mentioned, which is fair, is cool. But Backchat London still threw that question in there about race and self-hate, rare tear. They set it up because really and truly they knew what they was doing in it. That's their platform. They know what they're doing. They know the type of discussions that their audience likes to see, that the audience likes to indulge in, the audience likes to watch. So, of course, they're going to try their best to cater for their audience. And that's literally what they done. That's basically what they done, you know what I'm saying? I watched the whole episode. I don't know if you lot watched the whole episode. But that question got asked. GINGAJ, to begin with, wasn't really saying much to begin with. He was silent. And then it was like the first thing he said was, I don't date black women. I'm done with dating black women, rare tear. And then the whole thing, after like they got into that, after he said that, then they got into it, and then the whole uproar happened, which you lot have probably seen going viral left, right, and center. And the thing with that is, okay, he started off talking about his own preferences and his own reasons, rare tear, but then he kept getting, he was getting provoked in it. He was explaining his reasons, but his reasons wasn't enough. They kept asking him, why and how comes and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And as it was going along, it was getting very irate. He was getting heated. The conversation got heated. He got triggered. Then he went from his preferences and himself, I, to just throwing out blanket statements in it. He started saying black women and black women this, and then that's where the whole uproar came from, because it was the way he started saying things, and it sounded very condescending, and he started talking about women's hair and eyelashes and talking about you lot don't like to get put in your place, and it was just a whole big mess, and it was just a whole big mess. I've never watched the full episode of Backchat, I don't believe, not that I recall, and that was the only one I have watched, and that seems to be their content, you know what I'm saying? Because really and truly, there's a lot of things I don't like to consume, whatever. But with that being said, that whole thing happened, and now GINGAJ went viral. GINGAJ got posted on the Shade Borough. That got over 1 million views. Then after the Shade Borough got a hold of it and started posting it, it went viral all across the UK. Blog pages, people was posting it, people was speaking about it. Everybody was attacking him, dragging him, making posts about him, talking about GINGAJ needs to be cancelled and all of these things, and rare tear. It just went mad viral. Before you know it, it's gone to America. Shaka Bars has posted it. Shaka Bars has got a big platform himself, over 1 million followers, and he collaborated with another platform which had like 500,000 followers. Crazy viral. The next thing you know, it's gone to the Caribbean. It's in Jamaica now. It's going viral all in Jamaica. People are making posts about him. It's a lot, innit? It went viral. In total, I was looking at the views. It racked up like over 7 million views and counting, because it's still going viral, you know what I'm saying? And there's pages that I ain't seen that's got probably loads of views on it. So it's gone crazy viral, and a lot of the comments and a lot of the reposts is people dragging him left, right, and center. And I don't know if you lot know this, but his mother's been posted, and people are dissing his mother. Your son, you've done a bad job raising him. These are the comments. These are the things that people are saying. His girlfriend's been posted. Obviously he put her in the fire line, my Indian girlfriend, rare tete. She's been posted, she's been getting dragged left, right, center, comments, rare tete. Is this your man? Rare tete, blah, blah, blah. Like, it's going crazy. His family, his brother, all of these things. And to be getting dragged by so much people left, right, and center in all of these different countries, come on. That must be so overwhelming, so crazy, so mad to deal with. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of us probably can't even put ourselves in his shoes because the amount, like, he's had to turn off his comments on his Instagram because they was going on his Instagram and just attacking him, slewing him. And it was just like, I know it just got to the point for him where he was just like, I'm turning off my comments because people are just coming here literally just to diss me. You know what I'm saying? Which they was. So, that whole thing is going on with GINGAJ now. That's happened. We all know GINGAJ, a lot of us anyway that know GINGAJ in the UK, whatever, and those that follow him and are follow the scene and the culture in the UK, you lot know that GINGAJ is a part of Pen Game, the UK rap battle platform, which is run and owned by Margs. I believe it's Margs' platform. Margs owns it. It's Margs' platform. GINGAJ is a co-host. Cool. Margs has gone online and said how he felt about the situation when he saw it. And this is what he had to say about it. I'm going to play the clip for you lot now.
Don't understand.
No, of course not.
Do you understand the reason for the outrage?
I'm not saying what he said wasn't bad at all. Of course, it was bad.
And neither am I.
I'm saying you don't really understand the reason for the outrage because you're saying stuff like, "Oh, I get it." It's like, "Oh, you can't have a preference," or "Don't talk about black women's hair," and and it's kind of like trivializing, like actually like what happens. I don't know whether you don't really do understand it or not. So for someone like me watching it, yeah, for me being his employer, yeah, and someone that's associated with him, yeah, I'm looking at that and it's totally different things that I'm looking at. It's not a case of just because he's got a preference or because he mentions black women's hair. There's lots of stuff that you need to unpack in that video. There's lots of questions that he made. I left with more questions than answers. Do you know what I'm saying? He said his preference. He said, "This is why I don't like black girl." He said, "Why?" Then he said, "Because you can't put you in your place. You can't think you think you're a man. I can't put you in your place." So then now that makes me start saying, "Well, so you enjoy putting women in their place. So what's going on? What are you doing in your spare time? Oh, so you only like girl that you can bad up. You don't want these black girls because you can't bad them up. That is crazy to even say out your mouth."
Yes.
So again, so I'm looking at that. I'm saying that's mad to me. Yeah.
Yes.
1 second. Let me keep going. 1 second. Wait.
Had an opportunity to talk.
Yeah. So I'm saying this is wild. Again, it comes to protecting women. It's not about black women. It's any women.
Yep.
You know what I'm trying to say? Because you're more only comfortable where you can bad them up. This is dangerous territory we're going in.
First of all, I'm not even here to discuss all the things he said and didn't say, but I will touch on that part. He didn't even say that, like, and twisting his words into something else. I think that's a bit. That's nasty work. Like, let's be honest, man. Man saying, "Oh, so you only like girls that you can bad up and like, bro, man didn't say that. He just said put in their place. Like, we've all had to put women in their place at times because women, you know, they all have a bit of to them. You know what I'm saying? It's just women. That's just how they are. Sometimes you have to say, like, babes, chill out, relax. Like, we'll deal with that afterwards. And that is putting a woman in her place. Just because I say I've had to put her in her place doesn't mean I batted up her and dealt with her a certain type of way like she's nothing. So to me, that was a bit crazy still. I'm not going to lie.
Again, I don't want to be associated with that. You know what I'm trying to say? Fine. Then the woman triggered you, the girl triggered you, and then you lent into it, yeah? So at the point when you was angry, where you stood up, you're showing aggression, and you're a man at the end of the day, and you attacked this woman personally. You would, all that vim that you had, you put it to her, and it wasn't the whole group, and you wasn't just generalizing, you was on this gal, and when you're telling her with all that aggression to take off your wig and take off your lashes and be diminishing and degrading to her and all that, you're saying all these stuff in a degrading manner. None of that stuff's cool to deal with women like that. Again, forget even black women, but it's women in general. You shouldn't even be dealing with women like that. Yeah. But then you're using her like stuff that are culturally part of what we do in her blackness to offend her. Telling her, take her lashes off, take your wig off, take your makeup off, and I'm going to bring in my natural 10 out of 10 Indian gal hair. All this stuff is crazy, bro. Like, it's crazy to watch. I don't want to be associated with that. You know what I'm trying to say? So you man asking what the big deal is. It's because you don't care. Because you don't feel that way. Again, or you're not having conversations. You don't have a presence of black women in your life to be having the right conversation with people. Because anywhere I go is what I'm going to be doing. I've got a duty of care to support black women, from my mum, my sister, my cousins, my aunties. Like I said, I've got staff that are black women, people that work. There's Pen Game girls that rap that are black women, and people that I work with, from Esther to Hema to Mimi to Koi to Gina. So there's so much going on. I shouldn't have to explain why it's important. But if it don't fall into your wheelhouse, it's literally because you don't care.
So we can all agree that Ginger's behavior became a bit excessive and his delivery also became a bit condescending. Like, let's agree with that and let's put that to the side, because I'm not here to discuss all the things he said and all the things he didn't say. Margs, I understand that you have a duty of care to support black women. We all have that duty to protect, to guide, to, be there for all our women. We also have that same duty to protect, guide, and guard our brothers. You understand what I'm saying? And I understand that Pain Game is your business, is your platform, you've built it up, and all of these things, and you got certain rules and regulations that you need to abide by, and certain things, and you can run the platform however you want to run the platform. Like, you can fire everyone and hire all new staff if you want to. Like, I'm not arguing with that. I get it. It's your platform. You can do whatever you want to do. But I just want to touch on the topic of brotherhood. Because I'll be honest, I've never sat down and watched the whole episode of Pen Game, because me personally, I'm just not really into rap battles and all of these things. So I've never sat down and watched a whole show. But I've definitely seen loads of clips of the Pen Game, because clips have gone viral loads of time. And every single time I've seen Pen Game, it's Ginger J on that stage and Margs on that stage, side by side, controlling the show. You know what I'm saying? Which, that's how the show is, and that's how it goes. Is you and your co-host. So I think it's fair to say that there is a friendship there between the two of you. Now, if my brother just straight up, outright disrespects me, deals with me bad in a way, then I get it. I'll cut my, we're not dogs no more. It's cool. You're gone. Do your own thing. But if my brother goes out into the world and acts a certain type of way and says certain things and makes a few statements that upsets a whole load of people, I'm going to say, my brother, come, sit down beside me. Like, my brother, take a seat. Let's talk about this, because we need to get through this to help you understand. I'm going to say, let me show you your actions and break it down to you and explain how you may have went wrong and how we can rectify this to prevent it happening again in the future. You know what I'm saying? So you don't end up in the same place over and over again. Let's break down and understand how certain comments and actions may be deemed as damaging to the community. Like, let's acknowledge that we're public figures, innit? We're in the public eye. And a lot of the things that we say and our choice of words may allow others to think that it's okay for them to also go out in public places and carry out these same damaging actions. These are the conversations that we need to have. These are the conversations that need to be had, because if I do something and I believe I've done no wrong, then there's nothing for me to learn. Then what stops me from going out into the public and reenacting these same actions? From me doing these same things that cause more damage to the scene. So my point is, because people love to tell me, what was your point? Come in my comments and ask me, what's your point? What are you talking about? My point is, as important as it was for you to go online and post a statement and say, we don't agree with his actions and his words, and we're not associating with Ginger J and we're letting him go away from the platform, I just feel like it was equally as important for you to publicly go and show us how you addressed it with Ginger J and how you tried to show him about his actions to correct him and rectify him and show him where he's going wrong, to pick up on things that he may be missing. Because at the same speed, you lot are also public figures in the public eye, and it also allows the younger generation that are watching you lot and coming up and seeing you lot, it allows them to see how to be there for their brothers and to be there for one another, because really and truly, we are all we have. And I just feel like that was also equally important to show. And it wasn't shown. It was just, my brother's done wrong. I'm ditching my brother. I'm letting him go. I'm dropping him out. Like, where is the positive message that can be learned from this? You know what I'm saying? Because there's always a positive in negatives if you allow it to be. And that's just my whole point. Because I'm a man that's also online. And I'm also making posts and talking on certain topics and certain subjects. And I'm just happy that I've got certain brothers around me, even my older brother, who I'm grateful for, who will sometimes hit me up and he'll say to me, yo, I've seen that post that you made, you know, and be careful with how you word and say certain things, because it may be perceived a certain way. Even though I know you in real life and I know you ready to tell, this is the internet, you know what I'm saying? And things may be taken out of context. So just be mindful of that. I've got brothers around me. I've got my brother around me. I've got people around me that will hit me up, and certain homegirls as well that will show me these things. But if we don't have no one around us that's going to pull us to the side and say, yo, you need to understand, then how do we learn? How do we progress? How do we move forward? Like, we all make errors in life. We all make mistakes. You understand what I'm saying? And sometimes it's for someone in your close circle or someone around you to say, yo, this is what you've done. Then you can then say, you know what, people? I'm now aware of where I messed up. I'm now aware of where I went wrong. And this is what I've now got to say. And this is how we protect our community. This is how I believe we protect ourselves. If Ginger's not your brethren and you don't care about him in no way, shape, or form, and it was literally just business, you lot was just working together, then cool. Forget everything I just said. Forget everything I just said, innit? It's not you, then you. Do you know what? Nah, don't forget everything I just said. We still have that duty. We still, even if we're not dogs like that, you're not my brother, I can still tell a man that I'm not even cool. Like, yo, my brother, I think, you know, you messed up here, there. Just hear what I'm saying and here. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just my point. That is just my point, innit? That is my point. For everyone that's going to ask me and say, what's your point, blah, blah, that is my point. And that's just what I wanted to address. I'm not here to address all the ins and outs of everything he did and didn't say. I'm just here to address how things can be rectified and prevented and how we can teach our brothers and educate those coming up, looking up to us and all of these things. You know what I'm saying? And that was my point. So yeah, with that being said, myself, man like Ray, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Remember one thing only, God is the greatest.
Jesus walks, them man close the mouth when I speak. I got the keys, voice of the streets.